You ever have one of those moments where you realize the solution to the problem you've got is right in front of your eyes and you didn't see it? All right, so here's the deal. Back last Friday, I went to have a exhaust pipe made for my 64 Mercury Comet. Went to the exhaust shop, guy was closed, called around to a couple other shops, nobody could get to me, so I just had to scrap actually working on the exhaust of this vehicle. Fast forward to Sunday, my son was working on the exhaust on his 81 or 2 Ford F100 with a straight 6. They do not sell the pipe that you need at any of the local AutoZones, O'Reilly's, Advances. Nobody has the piece that you need to seal to the cast iron manifold. We were messing around in AutoZone and looking at some of the different pipes. They've got a pretty good pipe selection there, and we were looking at some of the different size adapters. He needed an adapter for one section of pipe, and we were looking at some other things. He's got an 1 7/8 exhaust. It's an 1 7/8 exhaust on the 64 Mercury Comet, and what he realized is if he bought a 2.5 by 2 reducer, it's got the shape right there already beveled in. You have to take and cut this section here off, and it will leave you with a perfectly sealable cone that you can use to go against the donut gasket. This is a 2 1/4 or 2. It's a little bit bigger than what will work on either his or mine, but we slid it down in there and we realized, that'll be a good way to mark where to cut this piece of pipe. You don't have to have this piece. You just take and basically just cut right along this flange so that you have a nice flare sticking out there, and voila, you have a piece to hook to your exhaust manifold and can build your exhaust out from there. Like I said, you don't need this. We just use this. We're using this because we have it, and it makes a good template for us to cut by. Now, we'll take and cut to this side of the line all the way around, and you will have the piece you need. And there you go. I've got to still do a little more work on it on the grinder and clean up that edge just a little bit. But there's your donut gasket. Covey's right up to it, no problem. All I got to do is find a 2-bolt flange.